In a cozy kitchen, filled with the rich scents of fresh herbs and the promise of nourishing meals, the warmth of home envelops you. Here, amidst the clinking of pots and the gentle simmering of broth, rosemary stands out with its unmistakable fragrance. It transports you to moments of togetherness, a family gathering, where laughter mingles with the aroma of roasted meat seasoned with care, where the soothing touch of a herbal tea steeps in the background. Rosemary, often overlooked, holds a treasure trove of health benefits that have been cherished across generations. This ancient herb, with its needle-like leaves and vibrant green hue, has a history that reaches back thousands of years, embraced by cultures far and wide as a symbol of remembrance and healing. In the bustling markets of Europe or the sunlit corners of Mediterranean kitchens, its charm has captivated culinary enthusiasts and health seekers alike, connecting us to the earth and to one another. As curiosity beckons, the journey to discover the wonders of rosemary unfolds, revealing not only its culinary allure, but also its role as a powerful ally for health. The compounds within this modest herb, rosmarinic acid, antioxidants, and a myriad of essential oils, work together to support cognitive function, reduce inflammation, and promote overall well-being. These benefits invite us to pause and reflect on how something so simple can enrich our lives in profound ways. Imagine incorporating rosemary into your daily routine, not just as a spice on the shelf, but as a vibrant catalyst for health. Picture a warm, comforting dish prepared with fresh sprigs, or a fragrant herbal tea that soothes the soul. Each moment spent experimenting with this herb invites you to nurture your body and spirit, taking small steps toward a more intentional, healthful lifestyle. In exploring the myriad ways that rosemary can enhance our diets and support our health, we embark on a path filled with possibility. Each recipe, each suggestion woven into the fabric of your daily meals, offers a playful invitation to engage with the essence of life itself, inspiring a deeper connection with the food we consume and the well-being we aspire to cultivate. Together, let us embark on this exploration, revealing the magic and beauty contained within each sprig of rosemary and fostering a sense of empowerment as we recognize the healing properties that nature presents to us. The journey to well-being is often found in the simplest choices we make, and through rosemary we uncover not only flavor, but also the profound joy that comes from embracing the gifts of the earth. As we wander further into the world of rosemary, a colorful tapestry of stories and wisdom awaits us. Picture this, a wise grandmother, her hands gnarled yet gentle, standing before a rustic wooden table, she tends to her garden. Each flower, each herb, is a character in her life's narrative. There, among the vibrant bursts of color, rosemary stands tall, a steadfast companion to her culinary escapades and a source of comfort to her family. This sacred herb has woven itself into the fabric of her family's history, each seasoning inspiring tales of love, sustenance, and the power of memory. In many cultures, rosemary is not just a herb, but a symbol of remembrance. Ancient Greeks would often weave it into crowns for scholars during graduation ceremonies, believing it enhanced memory and wisdom, a beautiful metaphor for the journey of knowledge. Picture young scholars under the olive trees, their heads adorned with fragrant wreaths, eager to learn, their futures intertwined with this humble plant. Even today, we find ourselves reaching for rosemary not just for its culinary ties, but as a nostalgic tether to moments in time, reminders of those we cherish and the lessons we carry forward. As we explore its vibrant history, let's uncover the science that underpins rosemary's celebrated status in the world of health. This herb is rich in rosmarinic acid, a compound that boasts anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Imagine a freshly brewed cup of rosemary-infused tea, warm, fragrant, and grounding. As you take your first sip, visualize the tiny molecules working diligently to combat oxidative stress in your body, decreasing inflammation and potentially guarding against chronic diseases. This simple ritual can transform a mundane moment into a nourishing ritual, rooted in centuries of tradition. Now envision the creative ways to embrace rosemary in your daily routine. Perhaps you'll experiment with a rosemary-infused olive oil, drizzling it over fresh vegetables, or bake a loaf of bread with its unmistakable essence woven throughout, each slice telling a story of connection and home. It's not solely about the culinary mastery, but about inviting mindfulness into our lives. With each meal, we have the opportunity to celebrate nature's bounty, acknowledging the earth's gifts that lead to our nourishment and well-being. Incorporating rosemary into salads, roasted dishes, or as a finishing touch to sauces becomes an act of reverence, each bite a homage to the traditions and stories that transcend generations. And don't forget the joy of sharing your culinary creations with loved ones, a favorite dish passed down from the elder of the family, forever echoing the laughter and warmth of gatherings well spent. As we continue on this path, the fabric of rosemary's influence on our lives only becomes richer. We become more attuned to the rhythms of nature, the simple joys of cooking, and the meaningful connections that food fosters. It's in these moments of gathering, of sharing meals seasoned with love and care, that we are reminded of our own stories and the shared experiences that unite us. Join me in this exploration, a tapestry of culinary traditions, health insights, and personal stories woven together with the thread of rosemary. As we delve into its depths, let us not just uncover the benefits, but awaken a sense of gratitude for the simple provision of the earth. Each sprig tells a story, inviting us to savor not only the flavors it imparts, but the deep-rooted connection it brings to our hearts and homes. Together, we can reclaim these simple yet profound interactions with food, health, and each other, enriching our lives one herb at a time. As the sun begins its descent, casting a golden hue across the kitchen, the chatter of eager voices fills the air. Children laugh as they rush in from the garden, the aroma of fresh rosemary wafting through an open window, where a light breeze carries the stories of the day. In this sanctuary, life unfolds in the most beautiful and meaningful way, through the simple act of sharing meals that echo the love and wisdom of those who came before us. Imagine a family recipe, painstakingly preserved across generations, a roast lamb, tender and succulent, adorned with sprigs of rosemary. The elder in the family, perhaps a devoted aunt with laughter lines etched deeply into her cheeks, gathers everyone around the table. With stories of her youth and the secrets of her cooking, she imparts not just food, but life lessons and traditions, each sprinkle of rosemary a reminder of the love that binds them together. As they honor their roots and the sacrifices made along the way, the gathering becomes more than a meal. It's a celebration of heritage. In this moment, we reflect on the remarkable versatility of rosemary. It thrives in countless culinary creations, yet its presence in the kitchen is as much about connection as it is about flavor. Picture a long summer evening where vibrant platters of rosemary-infused grilled vegetables take center stage. Each bite is imbued with memories, sun-drenched days spent in gardens, picking herbs under the watchful eye of the setting sun. When we invite rosemary to stand proudly beside ingredients like garlic, lemon, and olive oil, we are bridging generations, merging past with present as we create new stories in our own kitchens. And there's more. The journey extends beyond simple culinary delights into a realm where rosemary's medicinal properties beckon us to explore their depths. This humble herb has been revered through the ages not just as a flavor enhancer, but as a powerful supporter of overall well-being. The ancients, from Egyptian healers to herbalists in the medieval period, understood the importance of these botanical allies, harnessing their benefits to soothe ailments and enrich lives. As you prepare a small batch of rosemary-infused vinegar, imagine the alchemy at work. The vinegary base, mingling with fresh rosemary, creates not just a condiment but a tangy elixir that has been used for centuries to aid digestion and support the immune system. Each drop evokes a connection to our ancestors, reminding us that health and wellness have always begun with nature's gifts. When we reach for that small bottle on our kitchen shelf, we tap into a long lineage of wisdom that continues to guide our choices today. In the soothing ritual of cooking, as the familiar sounds of chopping, simmering, and sizzling envelop you, Every clove of garlic sautéed with rosemary carries whispers of generations past. Here lies an opportunity, not just to nourish our bodies, but to build a legacy of love through shared meals. The heartiness of rosemary lends itself to comforting soups, hearty stews, and even a refreshing sprig adorning cocktails, each instance weaving itself into the tapestry of your family's culinary adventures. As we venture further, we find that rosemary is infused with stories of resilience, growth, and wellness. Picture a close-knit community hosting a herbalist workshop under a flourishing oak tree, exchanging not only recipes, but the wisdom of using nature as a guide. Each participant scribbles notes, their faces aglow with the excitement of discovery. Here they learn the art of foraging, the intricacies of drying herbs, and the joy of crafting their own herbal infusions, nurturing a bond that transcends mere food preparation. Yet let's not forget the simple joy of a quiet moment. A cup of rosemary tea, steam rising delicately into the air, offering a moment of respite. This brew, warm and inviting, becomes a gentle reminder to slow down, embracing the present as we sip each fragrant mouthful. With every leaf unfurling in hot water, there's the miraculous realization that nature, too, has its way of healing our weary souls. Through these experiences, rosemary has solidified its role in both our kitchens and our hearts, guiding us to focus on what matters: connections, health, and the beauty of shared sustenance. As we stand shoulder to shoulder in our kitchens, whether alone or with loved ones, let us remember the potent blend of tradition and innovation that rosemary inspires. It calls us to celebrate our food paths, honor our ancestral roots, and create new memories, every dish a chapter of our unique history. And so, we venture on a journey of discovery, a journey of honoring our past while writing our future through the simple yet profound act of cooking. From the first seed planted in a backyard garden to the rich aroma floating from a pot simmering on the stove, rosemary becomes a compass to guide us through the myriad paths of health, flavor, and connection. Together, let's weave these threads tighter, cultivating not just a love for this remarkable herb, but a love for the community, memories, and health we nurture along the way. It is in this embrace of rosemary where we find the essence of living well. One meal, one story, and one cherished moment at a time. In the embrace of a dimly lit kitchen evening, where shadows mingle with the flickering glow of candlelight, we find a community gathered not just to share a meal, but to foster connection. The air is rich with anticipation, infused with the unmistakable scent of rosemary. As conversation flows like the wine poured generously into each glass, the stories of lives intertwined come to life, a rich tapestry woven with laughter, memories, and, of course, the beloved herb that has crossed borders and centuries. Imagine a friend, a neighbor, perhaps a stranger turned confidant, standing alongside you, both of you hand-picking sprigs of rosemary at a local farmer's market. The vibrant greens are fresh, dewy from a light morning rain, and they burst with promise and potential. Each sprig tells tales of farmers who poured their love into the soil, cultivating relationships nurtured by the earth. It evokes the spirit of those who come before us, the wisdom embedded in their practices, passed down through generations, all rooted in simple acts of planting and tending to the earth. Now, recall the satisfaction that arises as you watch a pot of rosemary-infused risotto simmer gently on the stove. The creamy grains surround fragrant pieces of roasted garlic and sautéed mushrooms, each one an essential note in this symphony of flavors. As you stir, your mind drifts briefly to the kitchens of Italy, where rosemary has been a steadfast companion to countless traditional dishes. It transforms a humble base into an experience, comforting and exhilarating all at once, each bite evoking a journey through time and heritage. Beyond its culinary delights, rosemary holds an active role in stories of healing, nurturing, and resilience. For generations, people worldwide have turned to this herb for its plethora of benefits. Picture a mother soothing her child with a warm compress infused with rosemary. Legend has it that it not only alleviates stress but also invigorates the senses. The gentle aroma wafts through the air, carrying with it a comforting familiarity. Even in ancient Egypt, rosemary was cherished for its medicinal properties, often used in embalming rituals, embodying both sacredness and healing. And then there's the story of a soldier, far from home, carrying a small pouch of dried rosemary, a reminder of his loved ones and the warmth of family meals shared under one roof. As he sits by the crackling fire, the scent envelops him, grounding him in memories of home-cooked meals and laughter, a connection to the earth that reaches across miles and years. So often, we find that rosemary is not merely a flavoring, it is a vessel of remembrance, a bridge connecting us to our roots and our loved ones. As the evening unfolds, each dish presented at the table becomes a conversation starter, a gateway to share experiences, traditions, and cultures. "Did you know that rosemary was once believed to enhance memory?" someone remarks, filling the room with curiosity. The discussion flows seamlessly, revealing how centuries-old beliefs meld with modern-day understanding. Research today supports those timeless truths, highlighting how rosemary contains compounds that boost cognitive function, enhance memory, and even improve mood. The very essence of this herb draws us together, emphasizing our shared pursuit of health and joy. In another corner, children joyfully blend rosemary into homemade pizza dough, fingers dusted with flour and sprigs adorning their hair like tiny crowns. Their laughter rings out, a herald of play and discovery, a binding ingredient that invites creativity and connection. Imagine the joy that floods the room as they poke their fingers into the soft dough, watch it rise, and envision the feast to come. It is these moments of exploration that illuminate the heart of the kitchen, signaling that cooking is not merely about sustenance but about joy, innovation, and togetherness. As the meal draws to a close, the table remains adorned with remnants of laughter and aroma, where sweet desserts mingle with rosemary-infused lemon curd, whispering tales of brightness and zest. Each bite is a celebration of the evening, the heartwarming stories shared, the struggles revealed, and the laughter exchanged, all thoughtfully intertwined with the essence of rosemary. Let's bask in this moment. As the last flickers of candles illuminate the kitchen, you realize that cooking with rosemary transcends its culinary application. It becomes an essential act of storytelling, a tradition wrapped in nourishment. Each meal a reflection of our history, our present, and the memories waiting to be created. Just as rosemary symbolizes remembrance, so too does it remind us to embrace the connections that keep us healthy, strong, and whole. In this rhythm of gathering, sharing, and cooking, rosemary emerges not just as an herb, but as a symbol, the embodiment of resilience, love, and unity. Each sprig carries the weight of stories long past and aspects of our lives yet to be explored. And as we savor every bite, we acknowledge that within the simple act of cooking lies the power to create a legacy steeped in love and shared experiences, enriching our lives and those of future generations. As twilight settles in, the kitchen hums with the realities of life, a gentle balance of chaos and serenity. The remnants of rosemary linger, infused in the very air we breathe, whispering promises of new stories yet to unfold. Embracing this humble herb, we open ourselves to endless possibilities, inviting its spirit into our homes, hearts, and lives, creating a sanctuary where love, health, and heritage converge. A rosemary-touched legacy that will thrive for years to come. And so, we take a moment, the soft sound of edible exploration playing in the background. From the heady aroma of those freshly collected herbs, to nights spent learning, laughing, and cooking, we fostering a shared legacy, entwined together by the small yet impactful choices we make. It's here, within the essence of rosemary, that we become not just cooks, but stewards of our past and architects of our future, to live a life rich in flavors, connections, and the boundless joy rooted in the heart of our kitchens. In this idyllic kitchen, where culinary creativity unfolds daily, the sun peeks through the window, casting delicate patterns on the countertops. Here, rosemary stands proud once more, beckoning us with its earthy scent, an invitation to dive deeper into its vibrant world. Let us take a moment to savor the rich tapestry of culture and tradition that this herb carries, enmeshed with stories that span continents and epochs. Imagine, if you will, a bustling street in southern Italy. The air is alive with the sound of laughter, charcoal grills crackling, and the tantalizing aroma of roasted meats mingling with the essence of rosemary being expertly chopped by the hands of a seasoned nonna. She has passed down her love for cooking through generations, and her kitchen is an altar where rosemary plays a starring role in every dish, a guiding force that flavors her family gatherings with warmth and joy. One can picture the way she deftly imparts her culinary wisdom to young aspiring cooks, teaching them the delicate art of balancing spices, much like teaching them the rhythm of connection within families. In the heart of Provence, rosemary dances alongside lavender and thyme, where fragrant fields stretch endlessly like a painter's canvas. Farmers cultivate this hardy herb with care and reverence, aware that its presence brings not only flavor, but also a sense of peace. Imagine walking through these aromatic rows, the sun warming your skin, and a gentle breeze carrying hints of floral sweetness. Young couples and families find themselves gravitating towards herb festivals held in the picturesque towns, learning to make infused oils and preserved lemons, their laughter echoing amidst the laughter of the fabled past. And yet the magic of rosemary isn't confined to culinary delights alone. It also finds its way into folk traditions that reveal a rich network of healing properties. Picture the herbalist, an embodiment of wisdom, pouring her heart and soul into crafting herbal remedies. From tinctures to salves, each concoction tells a story. Rosemary is a fundamental ingredient, lauded for its ability to invigorate the mind and soothe the body. This humble herb, steeped in ancient beliefs, is credited with boosting memory and focus, making it a beloved ally for those who seek clarity in a cluttered world. Even in the age of technology, when screens dominate our days, rosemary remains a poignant reminder of the simple yet powerful tools nature offers us for mental wellness. As we gather around the dinner table, the conversation turns to personal experiences with rosemary. The stories shared are rich and varied. A cousin recalls an enchanting evening spent at a vineyard in Tuscany, where the chef prepared a stunning dish of pappardelle with rosemary-infused wild boar ragout, revealing how traditional ingredients can transform a simple meal into a life-altering experience. Another friend speaks of family legends tied to rosemary, where sprigs were tossed into the earth as memorials for loved ones, acting as living tributes to those who have left our lives, but forever reside in our hearts. This herb transcends the realms of cooking and the rituals of remembrance. It embodies the essence of community life. The village squares and local markets are rife with connection, where everyone gathers to share produce and ideas. Close your eyes and envision yourself surrounded by friendly faces engaging in spirited conversation. Each purchase of fresh rosemary accompanied by laughter and stories of meals shared. There's an undeniable beauty in how rosemary opens doors, bridging divides, offering comfort, and creating a fertile ground for friendship. Now consider the act of brewing tea from freshly harvested rosemary, an age-old ritual that transforms a mere cup into a vessel of nourishment and history. Picture the steam rising as you prepare this delicate infusion, scented with earth's goodness, and take a moment to slow down. With every sip, imagine the rosmarinic acid working feverishly to combat inflammation and oxidative stress, allowing you to not only appreciate the flavor, but also to connect with centuries of tradition where herbal remedies played a pivotal role in daily life. It is as if with each gulp, you are tapping into a continuous thread that links your well-being with the love and labor of those who have come before you. As our journey unfolds, let us not forget the possibilities that rosemary presents outside the kitchen. The beauty of this multifaceted herb lies in its ability to transcend boundaries. Imagine a bustling urban center where artisanal shops feature rosemary-infused candles, each wick encapsulating the essence of a caringly cultivated plant. The aroma transforms homes into sanctuaries, turning mundane moments into a fragrant embrace, reminiscent of sunlit gardens and family dinners. Such creativity acknowledges that rosemary has a place not only at our tables, but also in our lives, weaving its way into our daily aesthetics and rituals. And in these moments of sharing and creativity, the emotional weight of rosemary, a symbol of remembrance and resilience, becomes clear. Consider the assorted stories of those who have embraced the spirit of this herb as they gather around tables, family menus merging with culinary diversity. A family honors their Italian heritage through rosemary-laden risottos while incorporating modern elements like a touch of chili flakes, a testament to how cultural dialogues enrich our culinary narratives. Finally, envision yourself standing in your own kitchen, the glow of the evening sun illuminating the countertops, where a basket of freshly picked rosemary awaits your creativity. As you chop and smell, you become increasingly attuned not just to the flavors, but to the stories that each sprig embodies. This is where the essence of community flourishes, an invitation to create, to share, and ultimately to connect with the roots of our shared past. So let us weave deeper connections as we embrace the nuances of rosemary, not just as an herb, but as a living reminder of the stories that bind us together in our kitchens, our homes, and our hearts. As we transform raw ingredients into heartfelt meals, we are not merely preparing food. We are creating a legacy, one meal at a time, a journey rooted in love, healing, and the remarkable power of nature. In every sprig, we discover not just flavor, but a heartfelt bond, one that unites us across generations and walks of life. Let us continue to honor this tradition, allowing rosemary to guide us not just in our culinary adventures, but in building a life rich with connections, wellness, and an unwavering appreciation for the stories waiting to be told.